power to the wants and whims of two powerful, untouchable Hollywood elites. We have two new lawsuits in the case of Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. One being from Justin Baldoni and one being from Blake Lively. This is insane, and I definitely wasn't expecting this particular lawsuit from Justin Baldoni. It's insane. It is wild. We need to talk about it, and you need to let me know what you think in the comments because I don't even know what to think. So I'm going to give you all the details in this video right now. Stick with me. I'm going to try to explain it the best that I can. We're going to start with Blake Lively's lawsuit that she just filed, and then we're going to move over to Justin Baldoni's lawsuit that he filed today, Tuesday, December 31st. The one that Blake Lively has just filed, and honestly, these articles came out within minutes of each other. So Blake Lively is suing Justin Baldoni again, but this time for allegations of emotional distress and mental anguish, allegedly. This time in the lawsuit, she is making formal demands for money, suing Justin and others for mental pain, anguish, emotional distress, and loss of wages. Honestly, I don't know what wages she's talking about losing, unless she's talking about the potential of things that she could have lost because of the smear campaign that he was allegedly planning against her, because people were turning against Blake Lively back in August. So unless she's talking about the potential of loss of wages of companies that would have worked with her and didn't, I'm not sure what loss of wages she is actually talking about. Now, this lawsuit is very similar to the other lawsuit that she has already filed in California, but this one she has filed in the federal court in New York. So the other one's in California, this one is in New York. In addition, Blake is suing Baldoni's crisis managers, Melissa Nathan and Jennifer Alba. If you remember, their names were in the text chains an awful lot, and was also named in the California lawsuit. But she's also suing along with them the Wayfair Studios, which produced the movie It Ends With Us. So that's at least Justin Baldoni, Wayfair Studio, Melissa Nathan, and Jennifer Alba, 4 people at least named in this lawsuit, and she's asking for money this time. And I'm not sure how it works, but I'm thinking if one is in California and one is in New York, that is going to be 2 separate juries and 2 separate court hearings, if I'm not mistaken. Could be mistaken, but they end up going to a court and a jury. I think that means 2 separate court and hearings and all of that. I don't know. You can let me know in the comments if I'm wrong on that. Now let's talk about the Justin Baldoni lawsuit, because he is filing a lawsuit for $250 million, but he is not the only plaintiff named on this lawsuit. Now, he is not suing directly Blake Lively, but he is suing New York Times over the article that they wrote, and I'll explain to you why he's suing New York Times in a second, because it relied on her self-serving narrative. All alleged. I don't want to be the next one. I don't have $250 million. So alleged for educational purposes only. Now I have some of the important parts highlighted. We're going to look at a lot of this because there's a lot to look at so that you can really understand what exactly he is suing for, why, and who. Now this $250 million lawsuit was filed on Tuesday, today, December 31st, the afternoon, by Justin Baldoni against Times in Los Angeles Supreme Court. He is not the only plaintiff named on here. It is a group of 10 people, one being Justin Baldoni, and also 2 of the other ones being Melissa Nathan and Jennifer Alba, because if you remember, they were also used a lot in the New York Times article. Their text, alleged text, some of those texts may not be real. We're going to get to that in a second, but they were used a lot in the article that was written. They're suing the newspaper for a libel and false light invasion of privacy over the December 31st article titled, "We Can Bury Anyone Inside a Hollywood Smear Campaign." Now, here are some other parties that are also included in this lawsuit. Producer Jamie Heath and Steve, I'm not going to try to say the last name there, claimed that the New York Times relied on cherry-picked, and here's the biggie, altered communications stripped of necessary context and deliberately spliced to mislead. Is that altered communications? Is that claiming that the New York Times, or even Blake Lively and her lawyers, altered those text messages? Or does that mean that they altered the way that it was meant to be read in the lawsuit to fit the narrative of a smear campaign. You can let me know, but I think that opens up the door to potentially talk about how the texts are not real. Potentially, let me show you another reason why I think the text may also be altered. Here's the other reason why I think the text may potentially be altered is because Justin Baldoni's lawyer had said to Dateline on Saturday, December 28th, that it will be supported by real evidence and tell the true story. And this was in talking about the lawsuit that was filed earlier this month. Now, when it says it will be supported by real evidence, that makes me believe that the evidence that they had in their lawsuit, some of it was fake. I could be wrong. You can let me know what you think. But them saying that it will be supported by real evidence and tell a true story makes me feel like they are claiming that some of the evidence they are using or claiming to use is not actually real evidence. Because it would be really easy to make it look like a text from someone to someone else and it not be real. So let me know what you think, but I'm thinking that they are accusing them of using fake text messages or text messages that they obtained illegally. Now, this complaint was 87 pages long and accused the New York Times of so many different things. Now, this 4,000-word article that they're suing New York Times over, they are claiming that the WME that dropped Justin Baldoni, that this article is what pushed them to drop him because they dropped him not too long, a couple hours after the New York Times article was released. So they are claiming that they potentially were the reason why WME dropped Justin. Now I'm going to read this so I don't get it confused because this is super important. It says that Lively, as an actress who allegedly endured months of sexual harassment from Baldoni and Heath, because allegedly Heath came into her dressing room, she asked him to turn his back, and he did not because she was getting changed and turned around and saw her not clothed. And supposedly faced retaliations in the form of a smear campaign because she voiced her concerns, saying that it's because she voiced her concerns about the issues that she got a smear campaign against her. But according to the lawsuit, it was Blake Lively who embarked on a strategic and manipulative smear campaign of her own and issued false sexual harassment allegations to assert control over every aspect of the production. So they're basically saying that this sexual harassment lawsuit is a smear campaign of its own towards Justin Baldoni because of the aspects of production, because there's a lot of bickering back and forth. She wanted to do this, he wanted to do this, and there's a lot of disagreements during production. That is no surprise to anybody, but they're saying that this is a retaliation because of that, and that this lawsuit that Blake Lively has filed is a smear campaign of its own. Now, Blake Lively's husband, Ryan Reynolds, is also mentioned in this lawsuit because it says that Blake Lively's husband, Ryan Reynolds, allegedly berated Justin Baldoni in an aggressive manner during a heated meeting in their Tribeca penthouse in New York, accusing him of fat-shaming his wife. So he's accusing Ryan Reynolds of coming at him in a very aggressive manner. Now, this is also a big allegation, but they are claiming also, Justin Baldoni is that the suit claims that the A-list actor, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, also pressured Justin Baldoni's WME agent to drop him during the Deadpool and Wolverine premiere in July, well before he enlisted this crisis PR, saying that they were behind this the entire time, and this started back in July. Now, so far, New York Times has not responded to this lawsuit. I am very curious of what they're going to say. I will do an update as soon as it is released. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Now, this article is from Verity, and Brian Friedman is the lawyer and attorney that filed this lawsuit, and this is a direct quote from him to this article, saying, "Coward to the wants and whims of two powerful, untouchable Hollywood elites, disregarding journalistic practices and ethics once benefiting of the revered publication by using doctored and manipulated text and intentionally omitting texts which dispute their chosen PR narrative." Now, this claim in itself tells me that they believe that they altered text messages, they changed text messages, and potentially even added text messages that are not real to that lawsuit to fit their narrative, and potentially leaving out text messages that would tell the whole story that may not seem exactly how it is. Who do I believe? I don't honestly know yet. I want to see it all. But I do think, and this is on my 2025 like bingo card for pop culture, this is going to be a huge lawsuit, and I don't think it's going to be settled. I think that they're both stubborn enough to take this to a jury and be in a courtroom and basically have another Johnny Depp and Amber Heard situation. So for all your updates, make sure you subscribe to this channel, because I will be doing every update that we can possibly get. I will be keeping you informed on this. But in my opinion, I am still on team. I need more information, because I keep feeling like it's back and forth. Blake Lively, Justin, Blake Lively, Justin, and I never know who to believe one after another, because now they're saying that the texts have been altered, manipulated to make their narrative. She's saying the texts were subpoenaed. I don't know. I need more information. I am deeply invested in this whole situation. But I want to know what you think in the comments, so let me know. That is all. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you like this video. Please like it. Leave me a comment. Subscribe. Help us get to our 10,000 subscriber goal by the end of 2025. We are currently at 282, so we have a little ways to go, but we can do it with the help of you. Thank you for joining. Bye!